Okay, I'm gonna do this. What's going on, my guy? What's going on? Feeling really inspired right now to sort of try to integrate these major keys. I think I've said this a lot the last couple days, but I feel really good about this. Brilliant, brilliant. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Welcome. Jesus is helping us. I mean, sure. Share. I can't say no to perform share. Yeah, no. Not up my alleyway. I'm just a guy that plays around with harmonics and improvisation and kind of chill. For some reason, this melody just popped in my head a moment ago. It's very like Naruto. Yeah, it's like if I go like... Okay, there it is. That's okay, friend. That's all good, brother. We don't need your like. It's all good, bro. It's improvising here. He's of Beanie Hat descent. Cool. Cool, man. Yeah. Okay, maybe, yeah. Some bad skill, yeah. Gotta go up there to there, yeah. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Trying to find my things here. There we are. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just drifting out here, my guy. Just drifting. Just trying to tap into some flow right now. Just drinking some cacao, yeah. Yeah, bro. This is a beautiful. And this thing right here is like such a beautiful sustain on that. Yeah. Now I'm just finding myself sort of explore musically. You know, I'm playing around a lot with the major scale here and trying to sort of bridge the worlds with. Gotta use more rosy, I feel, for that. Yeah. Two brain cells colliding. Sick, dog. Yeah, that's wicked. Thank you so much, brother. Phenomenal. Welcome to this channel. Yeah, very much. I'm very close to hitting 1,000. I'm about, I think, 30 subscribers away from 1,000. So, pretty stoked. Big things in a very potent time for this YouTube journey. Yeah. Hell yeah. 969. Sweet. Wicked, yeah. G major and C major. Interesting. Yeah, actually, C major naturally. I feel like I organically explore that a lot with the piano naturally, but I'm trying to really integrate E major kind of because I improvise a lot in E major. On the guitar, but I'm trying to sort of bridge those worlds, which is not that difficult, but I guess it's actually pretty easy. I just find myself constantly just so apt to just explore, well, basically A, or no, yeah, the A sharp, or A minor, A sharp minor. Whoa. And then just find the perfect place to then just blend in the C major. You just kind of go into. Whoa. My first mistake. With just a unorthodox key shift. See if I can. And then somehow, if I. I don't know if that worked. I think that worked. I think that worked pretty well. That's where I want to key shift. That's where I want to key shift. Would love to listen to more, but I gotta fly. Beautiful. Thank you for so much for chiming in, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, morning jams, brother. Just finding the flow, but we're on that grind. Very close to 1,000 subscribers. So beautiful. And then now we're at sick. Even closer. Now we're 28 away. 28 subscribers away. This is legendary. I'm stoked. I'm loving this. I don't know. This is actually, strangely enough, different waters. Change the track. This is improv, brother. This is improv. Yeah. It's basically, I'm just creating it all on the fly. Yeah. Track is constantly evolving. Yes. Echoes of a place to be. Beautiful, beautiful. Love Me Like You Do. I have no idea what that song, well, I think I know what that song is, but I have no idea how to perform that yet. Hold a chord, you sound like, and grow from it. Scales will follow. Sounds great. Thank you, brother. Hold a chord. Yeah. Sick. It's such an interesting endeavor. You know, I'm a guitarist. I've been a guitarist for a long time, but engaging in the piano here, and the synth pad, and just trying to like improvise and match what I know on the guitar, like, you know, just understand the theory that I can ingrain on the guitar and trying to apply it. Very fun, very like intuitive. Works pretty well, but there's definitely things I'm learning here. So I can play them both separately very fluently, but together, that's where it becomes another whole challenge. It sounds beautiful. chat. It's interesting because like a lot of it, by ear, I can do a lot of like weird modes and key shifts on the guitar, but on the piano, it's very much a newer sort of dimension. Appreciate that. Appreciate the Maria. Appreciate the compliments. Yes, yes. Truthfully, I'm a bit sleep deprived, so I'm just trying to like chug this cacao. It's slowly giving me life. It's great. I actually haven't done my daily cold plunge too, so that usually just like sets the energy. That's where I want to go. Interesting. I think I was. And just do some random key shift here. Let's go low. Wicked, wicked. I think I should start streaming more. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is the thing. I said on my stream last night, I think this is before you popped on. Like, there was Sarah Lopez. She was randomly expressing, she was like, hey, I would love to start streaming painting. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's a beautiful idea. I think that's a super dope intention. Like, I feel like part of what my invitation I feel on this channel, and I feel like, a good stream is kind of like, yeah, just invitation to just like pop on and recognize there's many different um applications of a stream. Like, your stream that you desire to create, potentially can be whatever you want to be, bro. Like, you can set the tone in any given which way. You're the facilitator. Like, whatever direction you want the stream to go, if you want it to be about, questions relating to music, or if you want it to be, just a mellow space where people are, I don't know, chilling in the forest. I think that's what's interesting about streams is, like, for me, half the time I have no idea where the stream's gonna go. I mean, I usually have a good idea because I've been doing them for like 3 months now, but it's exciting. You could pop on a stream at, like, 12 o'clock, like noon or lunchtime, like right now. Or you can just like pop on a stream like 12 o'clock at night, and it's just like, there's different energies. That's wicked. Yeah, that's tight as fuck, bro. Wasn't enough to convince me to do more. Well, that's the thing is, like, I make $0. I make $0 for any of these streams. That's the absolute truth. And I've been only streaming for like 3 months, and have this channel for 6 months. From zero to now is 6 months. But I understand, like, the nature of growing a business and skills and et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of like what my video says, is I understand delayed gratification. So I'm confident. I'm very confident. One day, when I get to a point where my stream is like receiving an audience, if I get donations, if I'm making like ad revenue, sweet. Like, I'm honestly convinced. I don't even care how much money I make, but I'm convinced I will. I will be able to make like insane amounts of money one day. And when that time comes, I'll be masterful at streaming. Bro, can you teach me guitar, intermediate player? Absolutely, brother. I can offer you, yeah, I can answer questions. I mean, my guitar channel is, if you're interested in learning, I break down guitar tips, like I break down tapping, artificial harmonics, and dimensions of improv on my channel. And I'm actually releasing, I'm going to release in the future lots of guitar lessons and tutorials. But yeah, brother, if there's any questions you'd like me to answer, entertainment TV 9005, super open, my guy. Play something sad, lower my reverb. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about the lowering the reverb. I can definitely play something. And play something super sad, because we're feeling the sad boy energy. Even though, I don't know, it's like it's a direct contrast, brother. I'm able to sort of improvise lyrics while playing guitar. I am actually, yeah. Not well though. I'll be honest, brother. It's like not to the degree I want to be at. Like I can improvise lyrics, but I'm very what's the word? I have a very high standard for what I desire to create lyrically. I mean, I've written many songs where I do just that. Where I'll just be like, I'll play like a chord progression, right? Or maybe I'll go into like, and then I'll just sing with it. The key is I want to get like really, really good at doing that. Like I want to like be able to improvise lyrics as effectively as I can improvise guitar riffs. And I feel I'll get there one day. But it's tricky, bro. It's really tricky. You can play Playing God by Polyphia. I cannot play Playing God, but I want to learn that song because that's just a beautiful, beautiful song. But that's not very high on the list of my priorities. But it's on there, brother. Nah, Playing God is beautiful. I don't think it'd be that hard actually. 'Cause I'm ordering an Ibanez next week, an Ibanez guitar. So when I get my Ibanez, I think that's when the appropriate moment will come where I'll learn Playing God, because naturally Polyphia is all about Ibanez. I don't know. I've never even attempted the song, but I know there's lots of harmonics, and harmonics are my specialty. So, have you composed a song with synths? I actually have not entirely. The most I've really discovered playing around with like this dimension of synths really the last like month maybe. But my recent song, Welcome to Middle Earth, that song I've been experimenting with synths. You know, I played around with some tasteful synths, very simple synths. But I've wrote a couple songs the last few days. Actually 3 songs. Yeah, yeah. You know, the one I shared, like this Ancient Ones, um, what is it? Blissful Dream and Triumph. But I have to still like they're hard songs to play. Like they're songs I gotta like I'm gonna spend at least a week or so to like master those songs. And I imagine once I like studio record those songs, I'll throw in some synths and some pan flute, you know, because that's just fun. It's a fun time. If you're able to freestyle, you might be able to do it. Yeah. Talk about stuff that I'm reading or seeing. Word. That's valid, bro. Yeah, it's like I'll be honest. I mean, my voice isn't very primed. I do it like often, but if we're talking about like performing, doing like vocals while I'm improvising, that's a thing that I don't practice as much. Like I think if I were to do it in front of a stream, I could technically do it. And I'm sure people would love it, but I feel like for me, vocals right now is something that I'm training. It's like a sacred realm that I'm exploring, and I feel like I'll hit a pivotal point where I'm like, all right, my vocals are primed, I'm feeling strong about my vocal improv, and then I'll just start doing it. I'll just start doing it like I'm performing guitar right here. It's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen soon, I feel. But yeah, yeah, it's magical. I actually think what I realized recently, because my partner, she's really into poetry, and she was reading me some of her poetry, and I was sitting there just being like, you know what? I haven't read poetry. Like I used to write poetry all the time, actually. Right before I became a content creator, I have actually spoken this very openly. Is I used to not be very articulate. Like I wouldn't communicate via words very often. Like 5, 6 years ago, I was a very non-verbal person, right? This was just the way I was, right? You know, I'd play lots of guitar. I would write lots of poetry. I was very non-verbal. I was very psychoanalytical. You know, I love to just yeah be very introspective. That's the word. But the last like 5, 6 years, that completely changed. You know, I had many breakthroughs where I learned to honor my voice and really reach deep into it. You know, I started getting into the acting world, creating content, singing a lot, writing lots of lyrics. And yeah, long story short, I shifted from writing lots of poetry into writing lots of song lyrics. And then I also realized I had a very high standard and was very critical about everything that I wrote. But still had fun with it. But I think, long story short, I think it's actually this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do is I need to return to writing poetry, return to the art form of writing words and poetry. And I think that's what's going to be the next piece of the puzzle to be able to improvise lyrics. Now, without a shadow of a doubt. Yo, thank you. Thank you, dog. Thank you, entertainment. But yeah, brother, if you have any questions about guitar, I would be happy to answer, to the best of my ability. Truthfully, if we're just gonna go off on a tangent, be like, how can I teach one, just a general person about guitar, music, etc. Truthfully, what I often like to advocate is improvisation, because whether we're talking about dance, guitar, acting, any sort of performance art, right? I'm a strong advocate of learning to channel creative expression. That is, being in a fluent flow state, if you will, that relates to. Can use my lyrics anytime. Poetry. Beautiful. That's a very kind offer. That would be fun as fuck. I'm very open to like improvised collaboration. Or listen, I feel like I'm in heaven. That's awesome, brother. I feel the same way. Truth is. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to even to reflect on this. Like, because I've been writing this kind of music like the last like maybe 3 years, like tops, like really creating like sound journeys. And that's so dope, man. Thank you for sharing that. When you write, you need to use literary devices though. When you write. Literary devices. What you mean by literary devices? You mean like yeah, I'm not sure I know what you mean. A lot of people think that stuff like alliteration doesn't impact your writing. Oh, you mean like spell check or like being conscious? I don't know, bro. I'll be honest here. Like without creating a limiting belief, I actually am very very good at English, like understanding like the whole, yeah, literary devices. Like I'm very good at like English as a whole. Like I can write like freaking essays and things with like very very accurate literacy. I'm quite literate. So it's like I often like I feel you, like it's probably wise. You're actually probably 1000% correct. That'd be very wise if you're gonna like write lyrics. That's actually such a good idea. Like just have it making sure that it's actually literate, like as English is. But I don't know, historically, I think I've always been a guy that I'm very good at English, like writing English, understanding, comprehension. That's the word. That's the word I was seeking for. I was searching for is I'm very good at comprehension. Like, I can comprehend and yeah, understand all the ins and outs of English. But you're probably right, bro. I think when we're talking about songwriting, that's probably a very good idea, is like actually having like something to spell check and actually like see if it's perfect English. Because if it's not perfect English, or if it's not proper English even, then I'm sure it could be dodgy. It wouldn't be as comprehensive. So beautiful though. Man, such a great energy of an audience today. Or yes, viewership or viewers. But it doesn't, it's never easy. It makes stuff sound more dramatic sounding. Yeah, it's I'll be honest, bro. I mean, when we're talking about, spelling devices or literary devices, in 2026, I'm very weary. Like in the sense where I don't like ChatGPT. I mean, sure, there's uses for it, absolutely. But I mean, like, I'm not a guy that has any interest or attraction to be like, okay, let's find the best way to say something via ChatGPT or via, spell check, this and that. I just speak off the cuff. Like, I'm very apt to just speak intuitively. And this is like, I have been like this, since I was like 14 years old. Like, it's kind of the thing is like, I love English and I do not have any desire to try to like learn or refine English. I just speak purely intuitively. And I speak a lot. Like, that's the thing is like, I go off in philosophical tangents. Like, it's funny. Like, I did this yesterday a little bit. And I do this, somewhat right now, right? Where I'm just like improving. I'm improvising words, improvising a monologue or a dialogue. And the idea is I do this all the time. Like, if when we're off this stream, I'll turn on Ableton, flip on a mic, and I'll sit there for like an hour, maybe 40 minutes, just improvising words, psychoanalyzing, philosophizing, talking about my strategy for YouTube. Like, I'm very that's the thing that I find actually, if I'll be perfectly honest here, I highly recommend anyone if you desire to become a content creator. This is how I strengthen my ability to communicate. And this is also sort of part of my almost like spiritual, psychological quest of being a content creator is when I was very new and I had the vision to be a content creator, I literally would go into the forest with a camera, DSLR camera, and I would spend like 3-4 hours just talking, just sitting in front of a camera. And this is basically me developing a relationship with the camera. It was me, and often I was on mushrooms actually. Frequently, I was on mushrooms, and I would sit there and I would speak for multiple hours. Everything I desired to express, to articulate. I would really just lean into, just candid, transparent expression, via verbal, the verbal. I'm a bit sleep deprived right now, so I'm kind of like tripping on words here and there. But the idea is, yeah, what I'm simply advocating is if you do ever desire to be a content creator, and even if you don't desire to be a content creator, there's something profound that you can acquire when you simply just strengthen your ability to communicate with yourself. And how you do this is you just do it. Do it for hours. I believe is what they're called. A consonance or assonance. Connaissance. Interesting. I must say, I mean, I'm not trying to stroke your ego, but you seem like a pretty smart dude. Like literally, like Floyd Rose, you just like, from the dimensions of interactions I've had, like and obviously as a guitarist, like a competent guitarist, that already tells me a lot about you. But like, yeah, you seem like a pretty intelligent fellow. Let's see. So connaissance is the repetition of the same consonants. Like a like a consonance, like a. So it's the repetition of the same consonant sounds, within the closely placed words of a phrase or sentence. It's a subtle but powerful tool that adds musicality, emphasis, and a sense of connection to writing. Unlike assonance, which focuses on vowel sounds. Yeah, that's how I see it. It's like, there's vowels and consonants. Maybe it's not consonant, there's a consonants. It's the idea of like, basically there's vowels, there's an A, E, I, O, U, and then there's everything that's not A, E, I, O, U. Yeah, honestly though, if we're going on a beautiful tangent here, what's going on? What's going on, Melissa? Welcome, welcome. My guitar is not so great. I use Tanglewood. Interesting. Tanglewood TC3. I've never heard of that, actually. Let's search that up right quick. I don't know. I'm a fan of Yamaha Tanglewood TC3. I'm a strong fan of Yamaha and Martin. Those are the only guitars I actually really know of via acoustic guitar. So it's like a UK. Okay. Tanglewood looks pretty good. I mean, no cutoff from the TC3. There's no cutoff. So personally, I'm a fan of like the cutoff, because this is like, I really love these higher realms right here. Like, truly, there's a lot you can accomplish melodically up here. I mean, that's just my preference, but yeah, like 12 and upwards on the first string is powerful, very powerful. I would be paranoid. Interesting. You are intelligent, you all. Interesting. Why you be paranoid about about what? Being on a live stream with like words and like, I don't know. I'll be honest. All this is it's all a skill, all a skill set. It's like anything. It's like playing the guitar. If you can learn to play the guitar, you can learn to hold space, like facilitate. Same word could have different meanings also. So that my guitar is not so that Google. Yeah, no, Maria to Maria. Context. That's the thing is, in the realm of the English language, or all language, but specifically with the English language. And I'll be honest, this is what I've always been attracted to as a young person. Is context. I love context. I love the realms of how you can almost like understand the application of words, the context of words. This will give you a deeper awareness of what a word really is. Because, if we're going to go deep into like words per se, words aren't real. They're conventions. They're just, it's like a reference point to understanding a concept. A word isn't definite. It's not solidified. It's not, it's not definite. It's just a convention, as Alan Watts says. Constants, constants. Hell yeah. Connaissance. I've actually never really, like, I know of consonants, but I've never heard of connaissance. So that's, I don't know. Consonants, yeah. I think actually, yeah, consonants is the word that I use. I just didn't know how it's spelt right in front of my eyes. So consonance occurs when sounds, not letters, repeat. Ah. Such as, example above, the F sound is what matters, not the different letters, such as PH, used to produce that sound. Ah, so it's the sound versus the spelling. At least that's what they're saying in this context. Connaissance is the repetition of nearby consonants. Consonant, yeah, consonants. That's sounds with the sentence. Ah, wow. Here we go. Learning English. But no, this is all, wow. This is all deeply relevant because, definitely with your leading point, Floyd Rose, where, yeah, if we're talking about writing lyrics, like writing music, right? Understanding like the literary um agents, if you will, like the literary elements and dynamics is 1000% important. Like if you understand even this, like right now we're talking about how the context of consonants, right? If we're using something like PH versus F, like those letters of like PH, how you can stretch that when you're say songwriting. That's the thing I try to think about a lot. I have an Ibanez electric with two-way tremolo. It always gives me issues while changing strings. Yeah, bro, that's the cardinal issue with an Ibanez. That being said, I mean I've owned a Jackson all my life. And yeah, well it sucks not having the ability like to change your tuning or your strings very easily. I think it's worth it. Like I think an Ibanez guitar, I'll be honest, I think it's a more advanced guitar. Like it's meant for someone that's more advanced guitar playing, or at least has a specific style, because you have to learn how to, um, you know, calibrate the tension on your guitar when you're say switching tunings or strings, which is not easy. Like that's crazy, but Jacksons are beautiful. My Jackson, unfortunately, it broke, sadly, but yeah. Ibanez electric, yeah, but that's the thing though. Ibanez like it's like I like how the Ibanez, what is it? The brochure kind of describes it. It's like Ibanez has like an acrobatic type sound, like acrobatic, where you can use that whammy bar to do like weird like guitar acrobatics, which I love. So one repeats vowels, the other is alliteration, the third repeats the end of each word, and the last is a rhyme. So a poem hones in writing, free falling forever up in the sky, without any why, unless you're building meaning successfully. So we're coming up with certain parts. Wow. Huh. No, that's, yeah, it's interesting. Hold up, I think there's another part that I was. So imagine a poem that writes flowing high like kites. Yes, yes. While endlessly growing. But it's important because I'll compare it. Yeah, that's, if you're speaking of the nature of, well, what's the word? Yeah, I'm a bit sleep deprived for this whole understanding the words of it, but basically it's like a metaphor that's not literal, but like, yeah, I guess I forget the word. Damn, nah, but it's like, yeah, a literary device that's just like, so a poem is like, it's flowing high like kites, endlessly growing. It's growing, but it's not like growing like like a tree. Hell yeah. And these are beautiful things. Like, honestly, I agree. These are things I'm looking forward to sitting with because, I've sort of expressed that I'm really into basically going deeper into creating poetry, like getting very fluent at studying poetry and basically just doing poetry, writing lots of poetry as I used to do a lot, to sort of with the intention of reading these things. But absolutely, I feel like, yeah, alongside, what the homie's speaking of understanding, almost like studying the English language and making like a direct awareness of these little elements of English, I think this would strengthen one's songwriting skills. I don't know, it's a lot, it's a mind fuck. That's like, am I taking requests for songs? Not Not my forte. I'm primarily an improvisation, an original artist. I don't do much covers. Yeah, but the key thing is I'm like doing improv and teaching music and improv and doing improv. But yeah, if you have any questions relating to guitar, I would be happy to engage. To Miss Ali, or Mr. I don't know if that's Ali TV. That's wicked. Yeah, blessings from British Columbia to Ontario. Can I do a song of mine? Probably, but honestly, like I said, there's a few songs that I've written recently that I think I don't really have down. Like it's gonna take time to actually hone the whole song and get it fluently. But at this point, I'm just kind of flowing via improv. But I feel in the near future, like the next couple days, I will surely be able to perform those songs and kind of reach into it. Like, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. Very much. Part of what I do on these streams is I just capture blips of what I'm improvising, and I just weave them together. It's basically like I'm creating music as I'm here. Not always, but frequently. That's actually how I captured a couple of the songs that I released on my YouTube. Is like I was just getting in flow states, connecting, feeling into the energy of the people, and then creating music live. Yeah. Hello. What's good, Complex Fitness? I can't say I know that song. Yeah. Yeah. Bless you, Maria. You seem like a dope human being. What I was doing earlier is I was playing around with like the major scale, kind of almost like I don't know how to describe it. Like that's not the major scale, but yeah. There we are. There we are. So here we are. And then I was weaving in. Gotta find the perfect scale within that. Gotta like calibrate it. So if I'm here. One second. Oh. Just that there. Just bumped my preamp. Yeah. What is that called? Never vivid dream. That's cool, man. Yeah, I had a vivid dream myself. I'm trying to remember now even what it was about. It was a weird one. Oh yes. Yeah, man. Like my dreams are usually like pretty lucid and like pretty like not actually lucid dreams, but they're very like abstract and very like metaphorical and powerful. But for some reason, for some reason, the dream I had last night was like weird. It was like basically, without getting into too much detail, instrument flute. Ah, yes, it's a pan flute. It's a Romanian nai. Yeah, Romanian nai, like Nai. Yes. I love this thing so much. So much. But yeah, very much this dream for whatever reason. I basically was in high school, like which was a long time ago, but my dream was I was in my high school. And my high school was like a very different, like weird high school. But it was cool. I basically was in my high school. I saw all my friends. Like some, I was like, this is when I smoked cigarettes, and we are like sitting in the smoke pit. And I remember like seeing all his friends. And then at some point, weirdly enough, this dream was like really weird. It's like basically I was sitting in class, and this was obviously like I was in the. He's in the dream. I knew it was in school, but this was like a dream realm. So everything was different, very weird. But I was like, oh yeah, I know where I am. And I was in class, and then some kid goes up to me, and he looks like, for some reason, he had like a baby face, but he was like a kid that was in the class, and he was acting like a douchebag. Like for some reason, this kid just goes up to me and starts like spouting off all this stuff, and I'm sitting there kind of like, oh, okay, whatever, man. And he's just like flipping out, saying these things, and then he goes up to me and pretends to punch me. It's so weird. He throws a punch, but then he stops right before he punches me, and then he just like starts laughing. And then at one point, I'm just kind of looking at him, and because this is me, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, oh yeah, this is me. This is younger me. Like this is me in high school. I look at myself. I'm like dressed how I am in high school, and then yeah, this kid throws his punch, and he stops right before he punches me. And then I remember looking at him, and then everyone's like, whoa, oh no, and then he's like laughing. And then at some point after this kid just kind of like, he just like sits back down. I walk up to him, just punch him in the face. And then he just goes, whoo, he goes flying out of his chair, and everyone's like, whoa, no. And I'm sitting there just like, what did you expect? Like, this guy was being a douchebag. And then, like, I don't know why this dream happened, but it was just a weird little dream experience. And then after that, everything was back to normal. I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. Like, he had to do what he had to do. And then, and then, like, then after that, all of us, we go into this play. There was like a high school play. And we all sit down and we're watching this high school play. And everyone's like, oh, wow, this is really cool. And then I also recognized this was the last day of school. No, no. Shorts just spamming me. But yeah, no, I was like, and then there was the last day of school. And I remember like everyone was just like, okay, well that happened. That's okay. And I had this like weird feeling. I was like, I'm probably gonna get expelled because I just punched this kid in the face. But I was like, but he tried to punch me, like he threatened me. Yeah. But very strange because for context, I'm 31 years old, so like I haven't been in high school in like a long time. But it felt really good. Where I was just like, cool. It's like I did what I had to do. This kid was trying to like punch me, but he didn't punch me. But he was like threatening me and being like a douchebag, and then I was just like, whap. Very metaphorical though, because I'll be honest, I don't know. It's weird because in most of my dreams, like most of my dreams, there's that classic feeling where you punch someone in a dream and you never actually hit them, right? There's like, I swear that's like a thing that I must have happened a lot, is like you punch someone in a dream and you get that weird feeling of like, oh, I can never hit them. But in this dream, it was clear. The contact was clear. Like I was just like whap, and I was just like, damn, like that success, that succeeded. Like the punch landed, which is very weird because that doesn't usually happen in dreams. There we are. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, time isn't really real. Age isn't really like incredibly relevant. I mean, it matters. Like, it's good to, I don't know, have a perception or a reference point, but yeah, high school, I think about high school a lot in a sort of weird context where I think when I looked at my high school self, I was like the same as myself, but I had a facade, right? I had a facade. Like I was like, trying to be cool, trying to be tough, and like, I don't know, I was like, probably deeply depressed in some way and pretty angry for no reason. Like it was very, very weird. It's like I was the same version of myself, but I had a facade. And I don't know, I look back on my high school self, because obviously I've changed so much from that version, but it was an archetype. Like, let's be real here. This is when I look at myself I loved my high school self. When I was like 14 to 16, I was like very unapologetic. I just gave zero fucks. I had a very exciting like high school years for some reason. I mean, my grade 9 when I was 14 was not exciting. This was like the breakthrough moment when I started to experiment with like drugs and get in a relationship and go to parties and raves and all this shit happened. But yeah, long story short, My high school self was an archetype. It was not necessarily like, it was me still. It was me, all these parts of myself, whatever, how, doesn't matter how it's expressed and, maybe how convoluted or fragmented of these dimensions of self, this was me. So when I reflect on it, my high school self, like my younger 15-year-old self, he knew, he was like intelligent, he was self-aware, and he was making the best of the situation. It's weird, but yeah. I've just got to the point where I'm vivid dreaming and waking up in my own bed. So you're dreaming, and you return to your bed, walking. Yeah. Interesting. So you're like, it's a false awakening. You're doing like a false awakening. That's a really good tool in lucid dreaming. I remember the dream. I fell asleep and I woke up in my bed, and waking up and checked if I was dreaming. Yeah. Let's turn that up a little bit. So happy, so happy. These chords. Such happiness in these chords. So it took a long time for me to realize it was a dream. Yeah. I believe what woke me was, in fact, there was no ceiling fan in one of my rooms. Yeah. Seems like your mind is, it's inviting you to some interesting dream parallels. Because that's what's interesting, is like, I feel like, dreams, like when they're like intense, almost like, terrifying, if they will, right? I think those are like powerful, powerful invitations from the psyche. It's like maybe you're in such a like turmoilic, conflicted place in a subconscious level, and your mind is trying to like, it's an invitation. It's been like, hey, let's take radical action, via the subconscious. And I really believe, like, when you understand studying lucid dreaming, I think the key to lucid dreaming is literally just having a tenacious, almost like penetrating psyche, or a penetrating relationship with the subconscious mind. That is, you have things that are so prevalent that it's almost forcing you in some context to interact with your subconscious. And that's the same thing I think, songwriting is. Like songwriting, I actually remember I had a moment where I was exiting my relationship, intentionally, very consciously, about a couple months ago. And, I was processing a lot of emotions. So I spent 3 days writing music. I also did some magic mushrooms, did some nootropics, and then I just wrote songs for like 3 days straight. I was just like writing music, singing my heart out. And on the third day, I had the most vivid dreams I've had in months, like most insanely vivid, and they were beautiful. Like the thing about these dreams was, I was so in control and so cohesive yeah, so I was so conscious in all these dreams on the third day, after just nonstop, just songwriting and singing my heart out, right? And that's not normal for me. Like it's not normal to be able to access that. And once that happened, yeah, that like those dreams, that state of being was so clear and so like at peace, even though there was a lot going on in my life. There were people and there's repeating dreams also. Huh. A little green guy beside my bed for a couple of years. Little green guy. That's trippy as fuck. Ooh, let's turn down the attack a bit there. I wonder, I'm thinking to change to these chimes. Oh, is my mouse dead? What the Dang. I think my mouse needs another battery. Forgot I was. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to chimes. I'm gonna change to chimes. I'm just getting another battery. Yes, yes. Facts, yeah. Yeah, bro. I could talk about dreams for a long time. Like it's funny. Almost the more I think about dreams, like I'm like, hey, let's have a conversation about dreams, especially in real life. I find my mind starts to like unpackage. It's almost like it's like in the subconscious that I go through this like this menu of all the dreams I've had that have been like really vivid, and they just get to me. I stopped to listen to the beautiful music, and then it was getting good. You just started talking, moving on. That's your sign from the universe, my friend. Yeah, Miss Lynn, or yeah, yeah, yeah. That's your sign. Goodbye. No, but yeah, I gotta be right back. I got a new battery for this. Amazing. All right. Here's some 528 hertz. Very nice. Yes, yes. Let's see. Let's see where. Yeah, I gotta put this battery in here. Yeah, but I find that interesting. Like, I think the balance. Like, let's be real here. Beyond honoring the boundaries and the intention of me as a facilitator in this stream, I think the boundaries of when I decide to talk, to monologue, to dialogue, or to play music, it's almost like, for lack of a better word, it's like a sacred balance. For people to be like, hey, stop talking. Let's listen to music. If every part of my soul is just like, yes, let's do that. Because obviously part of the intention of why I'm here is I'm here to share music, then absolutely. But if this space is, converting to dialogue, that's the natural flow. That being said, I've looked into myself often where I'm like, some days I'm like, you know what, maybe I should, like, not necessarily talk more or less, but have an awareness of how much influence the words that I say have, when they're in packaging. Just be like, what is the intention that I really want to withhold within the stream? Which often, is very clear to me. Let's turn that up a little bit. Reintroduce. I love it. This major scale definitely is like a very like Alice in Wonderland type dimension. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you might benefit, brother, from reading some literature about lucid dreaming, like understanding almost like the philosophical but also spiritual elements of contacting or wow, I love that so much. I think I'm gonna write a song in this key. Like genuinely, this is just so beautiful. Very cool. So emotional, very beautiful. I gotta find though, that's the one thing is aligning with the pan flute. Definitely. It's got a very ancient, like Asian sound with like almost like Alice in Wonderland type sound. That's what I'm sensing. I'm trying to think of like the way that I align this scale with this. So it's like I gotta go high, but then I also gotta bend into it. I see what I gotta do here. Yeah, very like exactly Tim Burton. Tim Burton. That's the word. That's what's happening here. Very Tim Burton-esque. Yes. Who doesn't love that? Let's go major scale. Incorporate. And then key shift feels like that's desiring to happen. of time. No. There it is. Interesting. I've never considered that for some reason. Like scaling through, it's like almost like a micro key shift. Or it's like a key shift, but it's like short-lived. Short-lived. And the key shift, of course, would do better for this is where I wanted to go into the chimes here. Chimes. Where is this? There we are. Chimes. And even just to the major scale chimes. I need to adjust some of the K, whatever this means. Whoa, that's so different. Interesting. It's like the triads, they just, huh. Wow. That's trippy. It's still raining. I think I'm going to take this outside, just a focus guitar, and just do this to the sound of the rain. Let's see how this flows. Actually, I'll just quickly, yeah. Oh. I see. It's like light, very light rain. Very light. Let's find a spot there. Huh. Sure. Welcome to the outdoor world. Wow. I don't know why I really like that. Wow, I don't know how that. I mean, that entry, that first opening chord progression. I think I'm gonna definitely turn that into a song. I don't know. I've never. Wow, like this weird shit where I was like, basically going up to here and then using these open natural harmonics and then scaling through on here on this fourth string here, and then doing the. Yeah, wow. That's a great start. Cool, very cool. Greetings, greetings. You've earned a subscriber. Oh, thank you, friend. Thank you so much, Peter. Appreciate that, dog. We're on the road. We're on the road to 1,000. We're very close. I think we're at 970 something, 974 or something. Yeah. So I appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that. I feel like it's possible. It's very possible to get to 1,000 today, but we'll see. Definitely feeling very inspired these last week or so. Wow. Yeah. Huh. I feel like this is a song right here. No. So we're starting here. Yeah. And go. And then we're going here. Ooh. And back to where we started. Yes. Let's see, we're at hour 25. Interesting. I think what we might do is in the next like 5 minutes or so, we'll take a break. I think I'm gonna work on some songwriting. Probably particularly that one I just kind of created. And yeah, and we'll be back. We'll be back after these messages. Gotta do a different scale for that. lights so we can see this intro. Sweet. Oh, thank you, Maestro. What a kind compliment. Interesting. Got to dial in. That's such a fine degree. That's the note I was going for. Good seating. Very cool, very cool. Phenomenal. These harmonics, yeah, brother. These harmonics are definitely flowing like water. I mean, they usually do. That's the wild thing with harmonics is like, it's kind of what I speak of very actively, but why I advocate them so heavily. It's like I'm like, yo, we got to learn harmonics, or like if people want to learn the harmonics, it is like a portal. It's like an endless gateway to insane compositions. And even to this day, it's like, I think some days I'm like, oh yeah, I got a good masterful grasp grasp of harmonics, but then it's like it goes further. Some days I'm like, oh, it's even deeper. Like the grasp on harmonics is even more refined, and that's like crazy shit. Like that's when like insane compositions just go. But even there, like sort of what I just did there, right? It's like it's crazy what I think is some of the most like incredible evolutions you can find within your relationship with harmonics, which is obvious in some degree, is basically understanding how to integrate natural harmonics even better. It's almost like, because of course, and the same thing I think applies to open strings, right? If you can apply open strings like in creative ways, like this is my open string, like that's great, right? But it's like the same thing applies to natural harmonics. Like the more you can integrate. Oof, kind of botched that, but yeah. The more you can integrate those natural harmonics, because they're so easy, right? They're so accessible. They're just there, always floating. They're just always there. So it's like they're like speedy transitions that are bridging notes together, much like natural notes or open string notes. All right, we're at 980. This is legendary. So 20 more subscribers. I have a feeling I'm gonna hit 1,000 by the end of today. It's a good day to be. Good day to be. Oh, clipping out here. Yeah, I'm 20 subscribers away from 1,000. That's pretty dope, I must say. Yes, the algorithmic gods are on our side. That don't exist, of course, but all right, let's plug back in. Got an audio interface, might as well use it because it's just such a great tool. Shout out to audio interfaces. Shout out Scarlett 2.2 or whatever it's called. And of course, now we're back inside. We have, oh, it's not plugged, but we got this baby. I wonder the way we can integrate what we were just doing on the guitar here melodically. So it was more up. Oh. Ah, yes. Okay. So weird, so weird. Such a strange scale, but there we are. So in that scale. Back inside, yes, brother. The inside has many advantages. Of course, the outside also has many advantages. Welcome, my guy. Yeah. I think we're in this place where we'll probably stick around for another maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then I'll take a break and work on some compositions. That, or maybe we can just record the composition while I'm right here and then just continue streaming. Just continue streaming and grinding streams like a crackhead. Minus the crack. So what was I doing? I mean, this sounds great, but melodically, I basically wrote a song earlier where I was like, beginning here. Yeah. I'll probably have to listen back on my audio because that was like very specific. It's all just so perfect. Of course, I can't do this live from recording. See, if we just did this.
That's up to you.
Oh. What the? There's some weird audio playing. There we are. Turn off that. No thanks. Yeah, there we are. Right. Ah, scales. Scales. Interesting. Alright, I think we're going to return to a more meditative stance here. Maybe turn off this very aesthetic, but also very penetrating gold light. A natural light. Natural light is nice. Sort of natural light. What's going on? What's going on? Good vibes. What's good? This here is a ting sha. So it's like a ceremonial bell. Yeah, it's just for a resonance pattern. For meditation, basically. Let's flip up this switch here. Sure. A bit more DI, of course. Ah, I messed up the scale. So great. So I should do this hand, so we'll have this hand free. Sweet. All right. Beautiful. Well, I think at this hour 43 mark, I'm going to take a break now. Yes. We go for a walk or run in the forest and do a cold plunge. Revitalize my energy. Ah. Shout out to cold plunges. Shout out to cold plunges. Wicked, wicked. Ah, aside from the music, thank you, Blank, for the intention. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. Interesting. I'm not sure what that word means, but I'm sure it's an incredible, sincere, yeah, compliment. Thank you, my friend. Yes, yes. End this with a bit of just a moment. Remembering to honor your body, honoring your energy, honoring the people in your life, and honoring just the world as it is, you know, being present with this 3D reality. It's a beautiful gift, so to speak. Anyways, thank you so much for chiming in. Yeah. We're on the path. We are, hell yeah, brother, 19 subscribers away. 19 subscribers. So I have a feeling that by the end of today, we'll be at 1,000. That's legendary. But yes, thank you so much for the support so far. And yeah, we will be back likely in a few hours. Yeah. It's inevitable. But yes, if this content resonates with you, feel free to follow this channel. Yes. Thank you. Much love. Bless. Ashe. Through the exits.